There are thousands of people on social media who are questioning this injury. There are thousands of people on social media who are claiming that this Angel Reese injury is fake, or as Donnie Brasco would call it, a fugazi.
You might think Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are simply basketball rivals, but their story has just taken an unexpected twist that's got people buzzing. Angel Reese is reportedly out for the season due to a wrist injury, but not everyone's buying it. Some fans are calling it suspicious. Let's unpack why this injury is stirring up so much controversy in the basketball world.
Now, is there legitimacy to these claims? Would Angel Reese actually fake an injury? Would Angel Reese prematurely end her rookie season to spare herself the embarrassment of losing Rookie of the Year to Caitlin Clark?
Clark and Reese are dominating the conversation in women's basketball right now. These rookie sensations have been going head-to-head all season, but things just took a dramatic turn. Reese recently announced she's sidelined with an injury, but here's the twist. Fans are buzzing with wild theories about the real reason she's not playing.
And even in her press conference, it didn't seem like anything was wrong. She didn't discuss an injury. So fans were actually really shocked when she came out and said that she would be out for the rest of the season. In the 24 hours after the news broke, the internet ran wild with conspiracy theories. They were wondering if she was truly injured. Did she just decide to tap out of the season because she didn't want to be in the Rookie of the Year conversations anymore?
You might be asking yourself, why does this even matter? Well, it's not just about one injury. This situation has the potential to seriously impact the future of women's basketball. We're talking about two breakout stars, and how they navigate this moment could define their careers. It's wild to think a single wrist injury could cause this much drama. Let's dig into what's really going on behind the scenes.
So, yeah, no, I hurt my wrist. I am out for the season. I fell on my hand when I got the M1. When I fell back, fell on my hand, and it is a small crack in my bone.
If Angel Reese was older, I would have gotten on her about what she just said. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. She's only 22.
So yeah, I hurt my wrist. I'm out for the season. I fell on my hand after that, and one play landed awkwardly, and there's a small fracture in the bone. Now, if Angel Reese were older, I might have called her out for what she just said. I'd be thinking, how can you be that naive? But the truth is, she's still young, just 22.
Basically, the doctors told me that I could either not get surgery or have surgery. The risk of not having surgery, I could literally have arthritis at 22 years old. That wasn't an option. The bone could literally crack and literally completely shatter. Right now, it's like a hairline, literally a hairline, like shatter, not even that big, but they're gonna put like a small little screw in it.
You heard that right. One wrist injury is causing shockwaves across the basketball world. But here's the kicker. What if the injury isn't what it seems? Get ready for a twist that's left everyone, from fans to medical experts, completely baffled.
A poor shooter of the basketball. I don't know any other way to say it. She's just a poor shooter.
And the Chicago Sky, at best this season, will be the 8th seed in the playoffs and probably get smoked by the Liberty first round, so what's the point?
Angel Reese dropped a bombshell when she revealed her wrist injury, sending shockwaves through the basketball world. But don't be fooled, this isn't your average sports injury story. Reese says she hurt her hand during a play against the Los Angeles Sparks, and while that might sound simple enough, this is where things start to get really interesting.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Chicago Sky runs specifically their offense without Angel Reese on the court, because one thing that they have focused on this entire season through wins and losses is feeding the ball through Angel Reese. The offense has pretty much gone through her the majority of the season. It has worked in their favor in some ways, and it has caused some losses in some ways. And I also think that a player like Camila Cordosa, who was the number 3 pick in the WNBA draft, she has been pushed to the side, and Angel Reese has been in that spotlight.
Here's where things take a surprising turn. Reese continued playing after the alleged injury. And not just for a moment. She shot a free throw and stayed in the game for nearly 7 more minutes in the fourth quarter. Naturally, fans began to question just how serious the injury could really be. That doubt lit a fire online, sparking intense debate and speculation.
And however, when it comes to play on the court, I think that Camila Cardosa hasn't been able to find her groove, and I don't think that the Chicago Sky have utilized these two players in the way that they probably should have, because I feel like they have a pretty big threat with these two if they use them properly. So hopefully, even with Angel Reese out through the rest of the season, they can maybe try some different lineups, try to run offenses a different way, and maybe figure out what will work best.
But let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Medical experts have weighed in on Reese's injury, and it's more complex than it seems. They say she's dealing with a small fracture in her wrist, something that might not sound serious at first. But here's the catch. If it's not treated properly, it could lead to arthritis later on. Now Reese is facing a tough decision. Undergo risky surgery now or risk long-term complications in the future. Imagine being in her shoes, having to make that kind of call.
I'm still a rookie. I'm still figuring it out, trying to figure things out. So if I am rookie of the year, God, thank you. I'm not back to the drawing board, and I just want to win. Getting to the playoffs is something that I really, really, really want to do. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not really thinking about.
And this is where things really start to heat up. Some fans aren't convinced by the injury story at all. They're tossing around wild theories left and right. The most outrageous one? That Reese might be using the injury as a way to bow out of the Rookie of the Year race to avoid losing to Caitlin Clark. Sounds far-fetched, right? Maybe. But it just shows how intense and high-stakes this rivalry has become.
Saying Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is saying Rodman was better than Michael Jordan, or Ben Wallace was better than Kobe, or even Andre Drummond was better than LeBron. And I shouldn't have to point out that Angel Reese is actually a poor defender.
One fan even spoke out, questioning the whole situation. If someone has a season-ending wrist injury, should they really be able to do this? And honestly, it's a fair point. How does someone continue to play at a high level right after suffering an injury serious enough to end their season? It's left a lot of people puzzled and asking some tough, uncomfortable questions.
The WNBA's black superstars should thank their lucky stars. For the record ratings Caitlin Clark is detonating, even if new fans are mostly white fans. It doesn't matter what color eyeballs.
Forget the wrist injury. The real sting might be in the stats. Imagine leading in nearly every major category, only to see your rival crown the frontrunner. That's exactly what's unfolding in this jaw-dropping rookie showdown. Caitlin Clark isn't just good. She's rewriting the game. She's averaging an incredible 23.4 points per game, but that's just the beginning. Clark also leads in assists with 10.6 per game, and she's dominating in shooting percentage, steals, and blocks too. It's like she's playing on a completely different level.
I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, and I don't believe she stands on any of that. But when you come, when it's behind your name, that's when a lot of people are like, oh, they think, oh, I don't like her because her fans are saying this. No, I don't believe in her heart that she has hatred towards me. And I'm sure she believes that I don't have hatred towards her. But I think her fan base has gone, I'm talking about like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Like,
we see it all the time.
I know y'all see it. Like, I literally saw something today that was like,
Now you might be wondering, what about Angel Reese? Well, here's where it gets interesting. There's no denying Reese is a powerhouse when it comes to rebounding. She owns the boards. But when it comes to her shooting game, the reviews are a bit rough. Some commentators have gone as far as to label her a poor shooter.
Ouch.
Imagine being one of the top rookies in the league and still having people question your overall impact like that.
Angel Reese announced on Twitter that her rookie season as a WNBA dump diver is officially over. Hey there, lonely male followers, it's me, Angel. No bikini pics today because I have bad news. I have spent the weekend at Woke Memorial Hospital under the care of pretend Dr. Jill Biden. Jilly just informed me that I've got a boo-boo on my wrist. Ouchie!
But wait, this rivalry just took an even crazier turn. ESPN dropped a tweet that sent basketball fans into a frenzy, claiming that Angel Reese was leading Caitlin Clark in the Rookie of the Year race. Can you believe it? Fans went wild. And honestly, who can blame them? With Clark putting up video game level stats, it's hard for many to understand how anyone else could be considered ahead.
I think it's obviously definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury, especially people that you came into this league with, whether it was Cam, whether it was Angel, and especially Angel. Like, you want to see her finish out this year. Obviously, she's had a historic year and she's done some incredible things. And for me, like, getting to play against her, like, her motor is up there, if not the best in the league. Like, she just doesn't stop working. So, congratulations to her. I thought she had a tremendous year. And I thought she came to the league and really did what she's done well her entire career as long as I've known her. So it's definitely devastating. That's never anything you want to see from a player. And then obviously our rookie class has kind of been hit with a few more injuries than you would have liked to see. And I think, for myself, I think just some of those things you can't avoid, especially in their two instances. Obviously, I don't know the specific details, but that's kind of what comes with basketball at times. So, it's sad for them, but I think at the same time for myself, is just continue to take care of your body, take care of yourself. It becomes a long season, especially when you're playing games with one day in between. Like, you really have to prioritize that. But like I said, some of those things are just unavoidable, and it's sad to see.
Now, let me tell you about the game that changed everything. Caitlin Clark steps on the court, and what does she do? Drops 31 points and hands out 12 assists like it's no big deal. It was as if she heard all the noise and decided to silence it once and for all. After that performance, it was clear the Rookie of the Year race was done. Clark had locked it in. But this rivalry goes beyond just two players. It's transforming the entire landscape of women's basketball. Have you seen the WNBA crowds lately? They're massive, and most of them are showing up to watch Clark in action. She's injecting a whole new energy into the sport, and honestly, that benefits everyone, including Angel Reese.
I'm a successful Black woman. I'm doing a lot of things that you haven't seen before.
Here's a wild one for you. A fan said that claiming Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark is like saying Dennis Rodman was better than Michael Jordan. Now that's a bold take, but it shows just how intense this rivalry has become. It's no longer just about stats. People are debating impact, legacy, and who's truly changing the game.
I'd rather be like rich than famous. Like, I'd rather be like, everybody want to be famous, but like they don't really know what like come with it. Like, it's fun, like all the connections and stuff you make, but like sometimes you just want to live a normal life, like we were talking about, like just being able to walk down the street casually.
And that's exactly what Caitlin Clark is doing. She's not just putting up big numbers, she's elevating her entire team. It's like she came into the league and said, let's raise the bar. And that's exactly what's happening. The WNBA is now more competitive, more exciting, and getting more attention than ever before.
You like just to normalize like fashion in women's basketball, women's sports, women being outspoken, just being able to have a voice and like being able to be outgoing and super outgoing and not just be, okay, only men can do.
Now you might be thinking the WNBA couldn't possibly get any more thrilling, but what if I told you the biggest game changer isn't even happening on the court? As one star rises and another faces a tough setback, it's their actions off the hardwood that are making waves. This moment is about more than stats. It's about character, resilience, and what it truly means to be a professional.
I did think she would make as big as an impact as she has in things off the court, and she has done more off the court than I feel like any other WNBA player in the league this season. She has been so busy with like commercials, brand deals, fashion things, the Met Gala, movie premieres, all of the things. One critique that I have of Angel and how she handled her rookie season, I honestly don't think that she should have ever taken on that villain role, and she said it herself. That's why I'm saying it here.
You'd think a fierce rivalry would lead to trash talk, especially when one player is down, but Caitlin Clark completely flipped the script. When news broke about Angel Reese's injury, Clark didn't take shots or celebrate. Instead, she showed what real sportsmanship looks like. Clark said, "It's obviously definitely sad anytime you see anybody go down with an injury." And she didn't stop there. She went on to praise Reese's game, saying her motor is up there, if not the best in the league. Can you believe that? In the middle of one of the most heated rivalries in sports, Clark reminded everyone that there's more to basketball than just winning.
So I can no longer play pretend basketball, but don't worry, lonely men, you will still be able to see me on my podcast, and I'm sure my girl Lotto will give me a feature in her next music video titled Pretend Basketball Meets Pretend Rap.
But here's where things get really wild. You'd expect the Chicago Sky to be struggling without Reese, right? Surprisingly, that's not the case. The team's performance hasn't really changed. They're still having a hard time racking up wins. And that's got fans asking some serious questions. What's really going on with this guy? Is Reese's absence the issue? Or are there deeper problems the team needs to face?
I preface all of this by saying the rivalry worked. The media hyping up these two players and acting like Angel Reese has been in the Rookie of the Year conversation, when in my personal opinion that just isn't even fair to her to say when Caitlyn ran away with this a few months ago. Having that rivalry worked when it comes to viewership, when it comes to engagement, when it comes to all of those things. However, seeing Angel Reese in the media throughout the past 3 months and how she has come out multiple times and said how she gets a lot of hate online, she gets bullied, different things are sent to her. A lot of these things are alluding to the fact, and she even said that in her farewell letter, that this is the first time that she will get a physical and mental break. I do think that some of this drama, and she started some of it, to be fair, got to her.
And it's not just the fans raising eyebrows. Teammate Camila Cardoso didn't hold back after a tough loss, calling the team's performance embarrassing. Ouch. That kind of honesty has people wondering if there's tension brewing behind the scenes. Is there trouble in the locker room? With emotions running high and the losses piling up, it's clear something deeper might be going on within the Chicago Sky.
Probably took up more mental space and emotional space than it should have. And I'm only saying this because we've seen her continue to make little sly remarks, even though she says there's no bad blood between her and Caitlyn. And also, not all of this is directed at Caitlyn. She just likes to call out haters and clap back at haters and say different things. And my advice to her, from somebody who has been in this industry, maybe not the highest spotlight that she is at, but I have been in somewhat of this spotlight in the sports world, the more that you clap back, the more that you say things, whether you're right or not, whether you're defending yourself in the proper way or not, more is going to come back at you.
While all this drama plays out on the court, Angel Reese is making big moves off it. She's not letting her injury stop her. She's launched a podcast and opened up about her dreams beyond basketball. But here's the twist. Not everyone's celebrating. Some fans are applauding her for thinking ahead and building her brand, calling it a smart move. Others, though, are concerned she might be losing focus on the game. It's a bold move, and one that's sparking some serious debate.
More that she says hey haters, it wasn't this, I'm this. It's just, it fuels those negative people to continue saying negative things about you. When she went on her podcast, in her first episode in her podcast, the title, I don't know if she changed it at this point because Caitlyn Clark was also in the thumbnail of her video, but the title being addressing the Caitlyn Clark drama. And while in that podcast, she said that she respects Caitlyn, she's sure that they'll play together. And I agree with her on all this. I'm not saying that she's lying about any of this, but when she then throws in, but Caitlyn Clark fans do this, and this, just that little piece of information, just that little thing that you said is going to stir up more controversy and people coming back.
Reese dropped a bombshell when she said, "I'd rather be rich than famous." Can you imagine a rookie saying that? It's sparked a wave of conversation. Some are wondering, does this mean she's planning an early exit from basketball? Or is she simply being strategic about building her brand and securing her future? Either way, it's a bold statement that's got everyone talking.
Caitlyn Clark is box office. She is a star. And Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, etc., etc. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlyn Clark when you were beating her for the national championship.
This whole situation has Reese's fan base completely divided. On one side, supporters are praising her hustle, saying she's building an empire and setting herself up for long-term success. On the other, some are questioning whether she's still fully committed to the game. And honestly, it's raising some serious questions about her future in the WNBA. Is she all in or already looking beyond the court?
You know what I'm going to start calling Caitlyn Clark? Kunta Kinte. Because you got a bunch of colonizers hopping on her back, hopping on her shoulders, riding her. Caitlyn Clark is the slave that's building the WNBA, and all these black women are climbing all over top of her and piggybacking her to relevance and money. She's Kunta Kinte.
So, what does all this drama mean for women's basketball? It's bigger than just two rookies now. This rivalry is reshaping the entire league. Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping stats and Angel Reese's off-court moves are drawing more attention to the WNBA than ever before. But it's not just about the numbers. Clark's classy response to Reese's injury proves that even in fierce competition, there's still room for respect and sportsmanship. It's a powerful reminder for players and fans alike of what the game is really about.
I watched the WNBA. Caitlin Clark is great. There's a few other players that are great, but there's a lot of bad players in the WNBA. And you start spreading this out, yeah.
I mean, just look at the stimulus package Caitlin Clark is. Forget Donald Trump. She's already creating black jobs. Oh my God.
Now here's the big question. What's next for these two stars? Caitlin Clark is dominating on the court, while Angel Reese is carving out her brand off it. Could we be witnessing two very different, but equally powerful, paths to success in women's basketball? One leading through record-breaking performances, the other through business moves and influence. Either way, it's clear, both are redefining what it means to be a star in this new era of the game. One thing's certain, this rivalry is here to stay, and it's changing the way we view women's sports. But it raises a big question. Are intense rivalries like this helping grow the game, or are they piling too much pressure on young athletes?